Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we continue with our Retro-PES series, and we are on episode 4. But before we get started, I have an announcement to make. There is a reason why we decided to call this channel Retro Ball. The reason is simple. We wanted to go back and remind everyone of just how good the old football games were. Not just PES, but all football games. We want to show today's generation how much fun these games used to be, and possibly remind these companies of how they made our childhoods, and maybe even convince them to bring a lot of these things back to their modern games. But remember, we cannot do that with a small reach. So to help these videos reach those companies, please subscribe to the channel, and let's build a community that understands real football, not the casinos that are disguised as football games today. Now, what I was trying to say is, next week we will be dropping episode 1 of Retro FIFA, and the OGs are going to be so excited for this one because the first game is going to drive everyone absolutely crazy, but that's next week. Today, episode 4. After PES 2016, Konami started giving us these cinematic trailer-like clips when you launch the game, and PES 2018 is no different. But this time, rather than it being only Barcelona, they managed to secure a few more team licenses, which you are looking at right now in this trailer. We have Barca obviously, Atletico Madrid and Borussia Dortmund, to name a few. Oh, and by the way, this was the first PS4 Gen port on PC, and it looks absolutely amazing. But I'll save that for the graphics section. As the regulars already know, we are going to start with the menus. And here, there is not much to say, because the menus are almost exactly like PES 2017, with only the color scheme being different. We still have those big tile-like options where you select your game modes. This looked very modern at the time, clean, minimal, and very easy to navigate. R1 to move to the next tab, and the D-pad or left stick to get where you want to go. Simple, effective, and no complaints. Now the soundtrack, and this time I have mixed feelings. For me, it feels like the PES 2016 soundtrack all over again. It's just okay. There are obviously a few bangers in there that will hit you with nostalgia and remind you of your days playing this game. But overall, nothing that stands out as a step up. I won't spend too much time here, so let me give you a little taste of the standout tracks in this one. And now the training arena, only 2 free kicks, just to keep the tradition alive. And we're out. There really is nothing new to say about it. It has been the same since episode 1 of Retro-PES. And if you haven't watched that episode, what are you doing? We are literally watching the full evolution of these games from the beginning. So, after this video, go check it out. Now jumping to the competitions tab in the main menu. And this is the era when PES still had the full UEFA license. So the UEFA Champions League and the UEFA Europa League were both here. And just to put it out there, this was also the last PES game we would see this competition in. The AFC Champions League was also present. Within each competition, you can either play the full tournament from the group stages, or just jump into an exhibition match themed around the competition. There is also a standard league and cup mode where you can play without transfers or career management, just pure football, solid variety. Now we move to the mode that makes a lot of people play PES Master League. And I know, Become a Legend is usually my favorite PES game mode, but not in this one. In this one, Master League felt better and genuinely more enjoyable. I really loved it. As always, the first thing you do is select the country your manager comes from, then create your manager. I won't go deep into the creation process since it is the same as the last entry, but in the general settings, there is something new this time: Challenge Mode. Challenge Mode is essentially Master League but with consequences. You can be sacked if you don't meet the club's expectations, and then you'll have to join a new club that has shown interest in hiring you. It adds real stakes to the experience, and I think it works well. You then choose whether to play with the Master League default lineup or the original licensed team lineups. Since I have been picking the original lineups throughout this series, I will go with the generic Master League squad this time, just to mix things up. The press conference cutscene loads. We already saw this in the last episode. Then before you jump into the ML menus, you receive messages from the club secretary, your agent, and sometimes even the club owner. It sets the tone nicely. And then we jump into the menus. And this is where things look noticeably different. Instead of the calendar sitting at the bottom of the screen, it is now on the right side with your game options on the left. The center is taken up by a large tile showing current world news and transfer activity. At the bottom, you can see the league table and top scorers at a glance. If you want to check team status, things like team spirit, key players, owner trust or messages, you open My Team Info and go to team status. I personally prefer this layout for Master League. This is peak Master League UI design, and if I'm not mistaken, we only saw it in this one game. It looks clean, it looks good. Way better than the modern layouts. Let's simulate one match and see how we get on. And we lost 4-1 in the second division of Spain. Classic. Moving on. With Become a Legend, I honestly don't know what to say. It's okay, but PES 2017 did it better, and I think that comes down to the gameplay more than anything else. As always, you start by choosing whether to create a new player or use an existing one. The creation process is the same as last year, just with noticeably better graphics. One thing I did notice though, the boot selection is slightly smaller. We had 37 boots last time, and now we are down to 31. All the big brands are still there alongside the PES generics, so it is not a big deal. But worth noting, after creation you select your position, with sub-positions to choose from, same as previous years. And honestly, I do not mind that at all because it makes complete sense for the mode. Based on your physical build and the position you select, you are assigned a starting overall rating, which you can increase through training. You also start with an empty skill set that you can build up over time, again through training. Then you choose a league, and based on your position and the league you select, a team signs you. It is rare to land at a top club straight away, which is something I actually appreciate. It adds a natural storyline to the career. This was also the first time seeing the locker room cutscene on PC, when you get signed, and it looked great. Then, just like Master League, you receive messages from your manager, agent and club secretary, and the menu layout follows the same structure. As I said, I think it looks good. No real complaints here. And now let's talk about the graphics. And let me just say, is this the best looking PES or what? This game looks phenomenal. The cloth simulation alone is on another level. The last time we saw something close to this was in PES 2014, but even that did not look as impressive as this. And to put it in perspective, even Football Live 2026's cloth simulation does not reach what PES 2018 achieved. This was the high point when it comes to visual fidelity in the series. But the cloth simulation is not even the thing that will stop you in your tracks. It is the player faces. And I want to talk about both the licensed stars and the generics here, because both tell a different story. Starting with the licensed players, the face scans in this game are the best we have ever seen in a PES game, full stop. When you see Messi, Neymar, Ronaldo, these guys look like real people. The skin texture, the lighting on the face, the way the features sit, it is not just recognizable, it is accurate. Konami clearly put serious work into the scanning technology for this one. You could pause the game on a close-up and genuinely mistake it for a broadcast still. That is how good it is. And then the licensed club players that are not necessarily the biggest names. Your Griezmanns, your Aubameyangs, same level of quality. The faces are sharp, detailed, and they actually look like themselves. In previous PES games, you would sometimes get a face scan that was close, but not quite there. In PES 2018, they closed that gap significantly. Now the generic players, well, obviously they do not have real face scans, but what Konami did here is interesting. The generic faces in this game look like actual human beings. They are not the stiff, lifeless, copy-paste faces we sometimes saw in earlier entries. They have personality, they have detail, they have proper skin rendering. You can tell this was built on a much stronger engine. Would you confuse a generic face for a real, licensed player? No. But do they look out of place next to the licensed ones? Honestly, not as much as you would expect. The overall package, cloth simulation, face quality, stadium lighting, pitch textures. This is the best PES has ever looked. And if you are someone who plays graphics first, trust me when I say you will genuinely enjoy this one. Now my favorite part, the gameplay. And all I can say is, this is football. Yes, it is not as fast and fun as PES 2017's gameplay, but it is good in a different, more grounded way. If you want to play the kind of football you watch on TV, play this game. But like every game, PES 2018 has its flaws. The lofted through balls are one of them. The CPU will play those balls constantly, and more often than not, they are successful. However, it seems like Konami noticed this too, because they balanced it out by making the goalkeepers absolutely elite. Not every one-on-one results in a goal. Here, the easy free kick goals you get away with in PES 2021 or Football Live. Not with these keepers, and I genuinely love that. The defending is solid. The CPU will not just open up free spaces for you to curl the ball in, and even when they do, the window is tiny. You have to be precise, or the keeper saves it. Left stick dribbling feels amazing once you understand what you are doing, and the right stick is just as responsive. The game rewards players who take time to learn. So, as I said, if you want to play football, this is your game. Amazing gameplay, consistent difficulty across all game modes, referees that are not biased, stunning graphics, and to top it all off, the full UEFA license before it was gone for good. For me, this is a must play. I do not know how people reviewed this when it first came out, but in 2026, this is a must check. This is football. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You already know it helps massively. We are pushing towards 1000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I genuinely cannot do it without you. Stay tuned for the first episode of Retro FIFA. That one is coming very soon, and you do not want to miss it. See you guys in the next one. Today's highlights. We are playing the UEFA Europa League. It's Olympic Lyon versus Spurs, or as PES calls them, Northeast London. Enjoy!
An expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin. Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now. Lacazette tries lifting it over. It's got through and... Valbuena. How about it? Chance though. Now it's Ali. Dele Ali. It's Kane! And he just whacks it away. Ericsson. Shots on. Ali, great leap! It's in! The breakthrough strike! What a great header, got plenty on that. Yeah, I just thought he wanted that more than anyone else on the pitch, and it was fully deserved. He gave it everything he had. What now? That's Lacazette. Lacazette! And into the channel. Whipped in with a header! He's done very well. Hold back though. Fekir did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Gunalong brings the ball forward. Gunalong clips, hits one! In it goes! Well, that's something that'll make the manager proud, because they dug in deep then and they've got their leveller. Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground, because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. It was all very well drilled. As much as he'll want. Now it's Valbuena. Lacazette shoots! Now, wonderful quick feet. Plenty waiting in the middle. Can he dig out a shot? Decent clearance now, can it? Crosses it in. Hits it first time! Knocks it away. Kane with a shot! Off the ball, going for goal! And that could so easily have gone in. It didn't, and the 90 minutes are up. Full distance here, nothing definitive, and we will be back shortly for a penalty shootout. Right on the edge. Feel the moment. Lacazette, first in line. And he's found the net. He was always looking good there. Nice penalty. Kane steps up for his penalty. Great stop, keeper's denied him. Well, that's great concentration from the keeper and a wonderful save. Calmly, he puts the ball down on the spot. Lyon can go 2 ahead. 2 to the good. So, the second man in line. Keeper's read that beautifully. I think the keeper's done really well to save that, and he deserves a pat on the back from his teammates. The third man in the queue. Our keeper's gone the right way, but can't keep it out. Lest you need reminding, miss this and it is over. It's in, he's kept them in it. Well, he strolled up and struck that with great confidence. That's a superb spot kick. Fekir to end it here and now. And he delivers! Lyon won it amid such drama and such desperation. That was quite a ride. Well, it's been such a long match, and the penalty shootout is always a difficult way to end the game, but I thought they did really well to hold their nerve and come through. All that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight.